Welcome to Cut the Ish, Real Talk Sports, where we strip away the fluff and get straight to the heart of the game. From the hottest plays on the court to the controversies off it. We're breaking it all down with unfiltered takes and raw honesty. No sugarcoating, no holding back. Just real talk for real fans. Let's get into it.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? This your girl Keisha with Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports. I hope y'all having a great holiday season. I'm up here for my weekly podcast. We're gonna talk about Cori Close getting upset with the media, and we also gonna talk about these probably too early National Player of the Year for women's college basketball. We're gonna talk about that today. But please, as you come in the building, hit the like button for me. Do that for me. Hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports, please subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody's having a great day. I'm having a great day. We are almost looking like we're real close. It is December the 28th. Conference play is upon us. Some of these teams will we're going to be able to determine between the top echelon and the ones that are just limping along, even though we didn't see some cracks in some teams in the top 25. It really gets dicey around this time of the season when everybody heads into conference play. I would say SEC is tough. I mean, all the other conferences are tough too, except for the one that probably UConn is in, because women's college basketball is getting real tough. The conferences are with all this NIL money roaming around. Everybody gets to attract some of the best college basketball players to their program, and it's starting to show because where I would say, look, I know the SEC is always a hard conference, but also, I mean, even the Big 12 is starting to be real crazy out there. It is not a cakewalk like it used to be. I mean, what's going on, Miss D? What's going on, Miss D? I mean, which conference is UConn in? UConn is in. I always get them mixed up with the other conference. Let me look up the conferences for women's college basketball, because you know me, I'm an SEC girl, but now I'm starting to see they got great games all around. UCLA, Cori Close was out there talking crazy yesterday. She said she had a top 25 matchup yesterday, and she didn't think they got any buzz. So it is what it is with that. Let me just look at it. Hold on. Let me look at all the teams. So you got the Big East, you got the Big 12, you got the SEC. Let's see who's in the Big 12. Which one? I want to say the Big East is probably where UConn is at. Yeah, that's where UConn is at. They kind of, they're a little trash over there in the UConn, land. I mean, that's Butler, Creighton, DePaul, Georgetown, Providence, Seton Hall, St. John, UConn, Villanova, and Xavier. So not much to see there in the Big East. But in the Big 12, you have Arizona State, Arizona, BYU, Baylor Bears, Cincinnati, Colorado, Houston, Iowa State, and Kansas State, Oklahoma State, TCU, Texas Tech, UCF, Utah, and West Virginia. So, and of course, we all know the SEC has Bama, Arkansas, Auburn, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, LSU, Mississippi State, Mizzou, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Tennessee Vols, Texas A&M, Texas, and Vandy. So yeah, I thought I had that right. The Big East is not that. The Big East is not that. It's not that hard to get through. So UConn should probably have a cakewalk. Which one is And then we got the Pac-12. Look up the Pac-12. I guess Pac-12 is the funk now. Okay, all right. Moving on from that. Which one is you? Do anybody know what conference? What conference is USC in or UCLA? Because Cori Close was over there acting a fool yesterday. Hold on. She's in the Big Ten. Okay, let me see who else is in the Big Ten. Yeah. Thank you, Henry Hurley. Okay, so everybody else that's in the Big Ten, like I was talking about, so they got, okay, now I got it. All right. The Big Ten is Maryland, Nebraska, Illinois, Ohio State, UCLA, Michigan, Iowa, USC, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Oregon, Indiana, Washington, Minnesota, Purdue, Rutgers, Penn State, Northwestern. Yeah, man. So the only top tier team that's really in not too good of a conference would be UConn, because everybody else, the top team is UConn. Number 2 is Texas. They're in the SEC. Number 3 is South Carolina. They're still in the SEC. UCLA is in the Big Ten, and LSU is still in the SEC. Then when you get to like 6 to 7, Michigan is in the Big Ten. So everybody else that's going into conference play is about to go into a gauntlet, and we kind of seen that. We kind of seen that yesterday with Ohio State and UCLA. I'm gonna bring up the stats for that team before we get into Cori Close's comments, because she was not happy, y'all. She was not happy that her team was playing a top 25 team, and she said there was no fanfare. She said the attendance was good, but however, she said it was not. The media didn't pay attention to the game at all. Let me move myself over to the left right quick, and then we're gonna just look at the stats, because I remember I watched this game. It came down, even though the score was 82-75, UCLA did not have an easy time with Ohio State, who is ranked number 19. UCLA is ranked number 4. It extends its winning streak to 6 games with a win over Ohio State. I'll just read a little bit. Lauren Betts had 18 points and 16 rebounds. Kiki Rice added 16 points, and Angela Dugalich had 15. As UCLA 12-1, 2-0 in Big Ten beat the Buckeyes for the 4th straight time, dating back to December 2023. Jelani Cambridge led all scorers with 28 points, and Elsa Lamilla added 13 points and 7 rebounds for Ohio State, which had its 9-game winning streak halted in its conference home opener. The Bruins built a 76-60 lead midway through the 4th quarter before Ohio State closed the gap behind strong defense and key late baskets from Cambridge, Tiana Todd, and Chance Gray. The Buckeyes closed within 6 points with about 2 minutes remaining, but got no closer. UCLA out-rebounded Ohio State 47-33, including a 19-10 edge on the offensive end that led to a 35-10 advantage in the second chance points. Lauren Betts anchored the Bruins in the paint as UCLA outscored the Buckeyes 50-32 inside. This was a top 25 matchup, and a lot of people did not talk about it, even though it did feature number 4 UCLA Bruins, who supposedly has a player on their team that could be possibly the number 1 overall pick in the WNBA draft. She played that, Lauren Betts, she played 32 minutes. She had 18 points, like the article said. She had 16 rebounds. It was a double-double for her. 18 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks in the win over Ohio State. Meanwhile, her coach said this. Yes, it does. Once again, Drew Brown, rebounding wins the game. Lauren Betts came out there in the paint. 18 points, like I said, 16 rebounds. This is the Lauren Betts. How can I say this? Lauren Betts needs to be this dominant force down low every game. I will say that. She had some help from Neekins, who gave her 12 points. Jaquez gave her 12 points, and Kiki Rice gave her 16. So they dominated in the paint, as June Brown was saying. 47 rebounds to 32 for Ohio State. They just couldn't keep the Bruins off the board. But let me bring up Cori Close's comments, and we're gonna get into it, because she was not happy, y'all. She was mad. All right, let me go down here to her comments, because I had them. Oh, here we go. It's kind of small, but anyway, I'll read it to you. Cori Close said, and I quote, "Honestly, if I'm being really blunt with you, the energy in the building was great, but having no media here at all from either team or from either our team or theirs, no AP," she said, "no nothing, doesn't say a lot. We're the only double-ranked game out today, the only one in the country, and we had no media here today. You're the only one that asked to talk to me, and credit to you, but I don't mind if you print that either. Like, for the only game they had 2 ranked opponents to not have more coverage over this particular game, disappointed. It is very disappointing, honestly." So Cori Close says that even though it was the only double-ranked game on Sunday, even though they was on the top 25 game that day on Sunday, she said she had one media member come up to her for an interview. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I want to ask y'all that before we get into. I'm gonna show you just another example of another team that was getting a little bit of action, but I want to hear from y'all in the chat. Do you think Cori Close should she be upset that the media is not really covering her team? Because really and truly, in my opinion, this is just my hot take. To have a player on your team in Lauren Betts, who could possibly be the number 1 overall pick, to be Cori Close, even though I'm not really a big UCLA fan, I'm not even a really big Cori Close fan, I can acknowledge that her teams have gotten at least close to the Elite 8 and all that before they bounced out. So they are a program that consistently makes a run in the tournament. And her feeling like being in a top 25 matchup, which is always hard to go up against any one of these teams that are in the top 25. Anybody could lose to one of these top 25 teams. And to only have one media member covering that game yesterday, with it only being the only one that was a top 25 matchup, I do agree with her. I can understand why she's upset. I do. I think we are in this new era of branding. And media, as we have lamented on all these live streams we've talked about, media follows the brand. They follow who's making noise online, who's trending, who's doing all these different things. Sometimes it's not always about the basketball. You have to have some type of storyline. You have to have something people can grab onto and follow. And unfortunately for Cori Close and the UCLA Bruins, and I could be totally off base, but they don't really have a big commercial storyline behind them. Their storyline behind them is supposed to be about Lauren Best becoming the number 1 overall pick, but she has since fell off, and people don't think she's gonna be the number 1 overall pick. A lot of people are saying Hazy Fuzz ever since Dallas got the number 1 overall pick, and we all know Paige is over there at Dallas Wings. A lot of people are thinking that it's going to be AZ Fudd, and they kind of pushing Lauren Best a little bit to the side. But I get what Coach Close is coming from. Top 25 matchup on Sunday. I forgot what time they went, but they were always going to be competing with NFL, but that shouldn't matter because you got your own women's college media correspondents. So y'all let me know. What else can Cori Close do to get the media to cover her team? She got both Bet sisters on the team. They top 4. I don't think Lauren Best is gonna fall past top 5, even if she's not the number 1 overall pick. But she don't have the hype that I think they thought they was gonna have coming into this season, coming into her senior season. So yeah, Cori was a little bit disgruntled yesterday, but I'm gonna tell you this. Meanwhile, at the other ranch, I'm going to show you something just to give you a contrast of what Cori is talking about. Because I went and looked. I said, okay, what Cori is talking about, nobody and people online, I'll just show you some of the stuff they were saying online. I will just show you some of the stuff they were saying online before I go and show you a contrast. Hold on. Let me see what they're saying over here. A couple of people said, I agree. This is embarrassing for those outlets not covering those teams in their respective area. Because see, Cori Close said not even her conference covered them. Then somebody said it's women's college basketball. I'm sorry, but it's not a good product. It doesn't create rating milestone. Fix the product, you'll get the media. I don't agree with him. The college game is a good product. It always by the time tournament time comes in, they'll be ready to go. I'll just to debunk some of that stuff that people be saying online. Hold on, let me bring this up. People just be talking about this product and that product. I don't think it's that, because I'm gonna bring up the records for the ratings last year. Last year. Here it is. Here it is. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Oh, that's too big. All right. Final Four had 39,508 attendees. Meanwhile, the women on the women's side had 18 million average viewers over CBS networks, and the men had 18 million over CBS networks, and the women had 8.5 million over ESPN's networks for their Final Four viewership. If you go a little further down in this thing, let me go see. Let me see what it says up here. I had it at one point. I was reading this earlier today. The D1 Women's Championship brought fans from all 50 states and 23 countries to Tampa, Florida. Total current tournament attendance records reached 351,000, the third highest all-time mark. It marked the fourth straight tournament to top 315,000, a run previously matched only from 2001 to 2004. That earlier stretch averaged roughly 325,000 fans per year. The current 4-year run, more than 365,000 per tournament. The 2025 Women's Final Four games at Amila Arena drew a combined 39,000 fans, the highest mark since 2019. That was just the people coming through the door for a tournament. For the women, far as ratings, the D1 Women's Championship between UConn and South Carolina averaged 8.5 million viewers and peaked at 9.9 million, the third largest audience since ESPN began its exclusive rights agreement in 1996. The semifinals averaged 3.9 million viewers across ESPN, trailing only the past 2 years. UConn versus UCLA led the way with 4.1 million viewers, peaking at 4.7 million. So last year in the semifinals, Cori Close team and UConn drew at its peak 4.7 million viewers. The Elite 8 games averaged 2.9 viewers, the second highest mark on record, and up 34% from 2023. According to ESPN, it was the second most viewed women's tournament on record. So all that stuff that people be running around here talking about, a lot of times people don't tune in. You have one other thing that's working here. A lot of times people don't tune in. That's on the men's and the women's side until it's almost tournament time. But they would usually tune in for top 25 matchups. So I'm interested to see what the numbers are going to be for that game yesterday. They're not out yet, but I'll go through a couple of more of these comments. The fact that UCLA has its own football campus is more disappointing to the city of LA and their fans. They have played at the iconic Rose Bowl in Pasadena since 1982, but are considering moving to SoFi Stadium. They need to build their own football campus. I don't know what he's talking about. Another person said, I wonder how much of the buildup has been CeCe, Angel, Juju, Paige over the last few years and lifted the entire women's game. There is no there's no denying that Angel and CeCe moment catapulted women's sports. It was like a booming effect. But women's college sports was still bringing in viewers. That moment can't be duplicated. But Juju I will concede this. Juju going down probably hurt Cori Close in the Bruins. And the reason why I say that was because we were all invested in that UCLA versus USC games last year, the battle for LA. Those were some of the biggest rated games of last year. And now that Juju is out, it's not the same. It's not the same feel. I would say that. It's Monday, so you know. So let me go to y'all comments before I show y'all contracts, because I think Coach Cori is forgetting that she don't have the same storylines to promote for her team right now. Hold on, let me put myself back over here. Let me get to some of y'all comments before I show y'all something else. Somebody said me. Okay. Who? Chicago Cheetah say the media doesn't want to cover the sport because they can't push one or two people against one another. I get it, because you know they want some type of rivalry. Just like we were just like I look, Chicago Cheetah. I understand where you're coming from, because that's just like last year. They could push USC versus UCLA. They had a storyline they could push. They had them going up against, I think, 3 times, and they kept calling it the battle for LA, and that got them a lot of ratings. So and then Chicago City says there are real fan bases across the sport. Just look at LSU, South Carolina Gamecock, LSU and UConn and USC. Correct. Some of these teams have their own built-in fan base, and the media reacts to that. I'm gonna show y'all that in just a minute. Hold on, before I get to before I forget to do this, let me just show y'all something right quick. While Cori Close was over there talking about she didn't get no coverage. Let me see. Let me show you my LSU women right quick. Because Cori was not getting coverage, right? So she say, and I believe her. I believe her. You know, meanwhile, let me bring this up. Where did I have it? Is it here? No. What's it called? Don't make me lie now. I got it, y'all. So I always messing with my. Oh, here you go.
Hockey is here.
I'll make it bigger so y'all can listen to the interview that was going on while LSU had played a cupcake, and they were not covering Cori Close team.
Flau'jae Johnson joining us. Flau'jae, you're smiling. You're giving out kisses to the crowd. This was a nice game right back from the holidays. What was Coach Mulkey wanting you guys to focus on as y'all get ready for league play in this one?
Conditioning, because, you know, we done went home and ate all that macaroni and greens.
Oh, yeah.
Big plates. I know I did. So just getting our win. That's why we pressed a lot, for real.
Flau'jae, I have to ask you, since you were able to spend some time with your family, was there a gift you gave or a gift you received or anything that made you smile?
I got a new watch, so that was lit.
Okay.
Period. I got a new watch, so that was cool.
I'm not going to make you flex the brand, but like...
Audemars Piguet, could have won it by the school. No,
there you go. I mean, she's gonna drop some bars here. All right, so let's talk about 3. Let's talk about your teammates right now. Ultimately, this game right here, how big was this kind of for the team atmosphere going into league play?
Man, this was super big for the team, man. Shout out Big Bella. Say something, Big Bella. Yo, what's good, y'all? Yeah, man. I don't know, but we got a lot of team chemistry plus a million. Yeah, say something. Yeah, man. We love each other, man. It's my favorite season with these people, man. I love my freshmen. Yeah, Devon. It's just good to play, man, because I didn't have a good game. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got good shots, but I wasn't making them. So my team picked me up as always, and it's just good vibes.
Good vibes all around. How about Zakaya and the way that she played? What did you see from her today?
That's my cousin. You know what I'm saying? She got that last name, Johnson. We actually got the same each other. it just makes basketball so fun. Basketball is a fun sport, but when everybody's together and that camaraderie is there, it makes the hard times easier. Like we really, really, real deal love each other, and I'm just so excited to keep on building. Like they're coming to my house tonight. I got to clean up. You got to make a song. So it's just great team camaraderie, man. We really hold each other accountable, and that's what you need for a championship team.
I look forward to the TikTok coming up a little bit later.
Look, Flau'jae, everybody talks about y'all's offense, and rightfully so. But what do we not talk enough about this team?
Offense. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like during non-conference play, I feel like our defense could have been better for sure. But I feel like we've really been locked in practice on really improving. You know what I'm saying? And being a team-led team, like you know what I'm saying, not a coach-led team, and really holding each other accountable. So I feel like you'll see like better on the defensive end. I think we're really like handsy. Like we can get a hands on a lot of steals. I think Malaysia had 8 steals today, and so we're really a gnat with the ball, but we just got to do it more disciplined.
You had 27 steals today, Flau'jae. Y'all did all right.
Swiper no swipey. We're doing all right. Last one for you, Flau'jae. New Year's resolutions. I don't have one. Are you a New Year's resolution type person, or you're just saying no?
Oh no, I'm New Year's resolution all day. I feel I'm the type of person you got to set goals in order to see them and in order to achieve them. I want a 6-pack like Anissa Morrow. So that's pretty much what I'm working on. My former teammate. If y'all haven't seen her 6-pack, good God, that's what I'm working on. That core, baby, that core.
There it is. It's a pretty good.
I'm coming. Y'all,
core group of team. Go celebrate. Go hang out with the crew. There it is. Flau'jae Johnson.
Chat. So why Cori Close was not getting covered. The Tiger women were getting covered in a game where they beat their opponent 109-41. Chad, what? Let me know what y'all think about the contrast. What is the reason why the SEC network? Granted, they are the SEC network, so they're going to cover their teams. But why wouldn't at least Cori Close's own conference wouldn't be covering her during the top 25 matchup? That's what I need to know. That's what I need to know, y'all. Is it because they don't have no storylines? Is it because LSU is just which we already know LSU is a brand, so college sports is going to cover them no matter what. So it could be that, but Coach Cori says she don't give it. Look, she says she don't care what y'all talking about. Hold on, I was trying to pull up the picture I found. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for something right quick. Bookmark. All right, here we go. Meanwhile, I do have it. Okay. Meanwhile, just to keep y'all up on it. Sure. Let's do this. Lil Boosie was up here in the thing, hyping up the Louisiana women. I'm not gonna play the song, but that's them. So y'all let me know. Let me go back to y'all comments. Chicago's just trying to say it. Okay, hold on. Henry Hurley said there was so few media at the UCLA versus Ohio State basketball game that there no video Cori Close statement. I know I had to get it from a statement on X, or we wouldn't even known what she said. Brian Lewis say LSU is just different, which I agree. Country Notary said this coverage is from the SEC network. Like Close said, even the Big Ten network didn't cover the game. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to understand. Because at least I said, and even when Flage was talking, I could see a couple of other media members kind of lugging around in the back because they were taking pictures. The team was taking pictures with little Boosie. So I seen a couple of media members over there taking those pictures. But to Country Notary's point, I mean, your own network, your own conference didn't cover the game. How do you explain that? Like and ADP said whether people like it or not, Lady Tigers are not like whether people like the Lady Tigers or not, they are the it factor. I agree, they the show. Big Girl said they just not that excited. I get it. ADP said maybe they feel she's not doing enough and maybe it's just not exciting. Yeah, I feel you. Hold on. Big Girl say maybe if she had some swagger like Kim and Dawn, the media will pay attention. Now you know, Big Girl. Coach Cori Close she don't really have swagger. Brian Lewis says it's about marketability, and UCA players are not marketable. Neither is the coach. Yeah, and that's where we get to it. I know a lot of people be running around here talking about, well, you know, if certain people ain't playing, nobody's gonna watch, and this, that, and the third. No, college women basketball been around for decades. That you have to be marketable for the media to latch on to. And it's unfortunate that Coach Cori and the Bruins has a top 5 player on their team far as all the mock drafts. And we are talking more about other players than we talking about Lauren Betts. Because in a little bit, I'm gonna start talking about the player of the year rankings, and we're gonna get into that. It's too early to determine who's gonna win it, but they got some people just giving a ranking so far through the season, right before we go into conference play. But yeah, she's not. The marketability is lacking. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Felicia says media rewards controversies and extremes. UCLA's brand hasn't translated fully to women's hoops coverage. They don't feel they have a large enough star West Coast bias. Because even though UCLA is in a big market, I think people forget. LSU is not in a big market. UCLA is in a big market. And they haven't translated well. USC still runs Los Angeles. So last year, when they was pushing that rivalry between USC versus UCLA, was it more about USC guys or UCLA? I tend to think it was more because of USC and Juju hype. I don't think the Bruins can carry the hype from in women's college hoops alone in that town. Because like somebody else said, their own network didn't cover it. If that makes sense. Y'all let that sink in. So Okay, and Felicia says, look, Brian Lewis say Betts is only top 5 because she's 6'7". I concur. And Felicia says the key is their fans. They need self-promote aggressively to get their fans more involved. Yeah. But yeah, Brian Lewis said, I agree with you. What's up, Victory? I agree with you, Keisha. It was USC. So yeah, I think what's going on with this is they got drug along with, especially last year. I'm just gonna talk about last year. They got drug along with the hype because Juju was playing and it was a crosstown rivalry between USC and UCLA. When Juju went down and Lauren Betts at the beginning of the season didn't completely dominate, and people started started to be shaky that she could be the number 1 overall pick. She's pretty much, a lot of people have backed off of that, less and less. It just went down here, and now Cori Close is up here giving statements to media. One media member at a top 25 game state, nobody has even came up and asked me a question except for you. And I think it's unfortunate because the atmosphere at the game, the people that came, the attendees, they were all into the game. The game had a lot of interaction at the actual game. It's just that the media don't see the storylines to cover them. And a lot of what we learned during this Caitlin and Angel Reese era is they're gonna follow a storyline, and if they find a storyline that hits with the mass public, they're gonna keep hitting that, and they'll start ignoring everybody else. So unfortunately, Coach Cori it's right for her to bring it up because that's her girls. I don't blame her for bringing it up, but I don't know what she can do about it because she can't suddenly get some personality. You know what I'm saying? She can't just suddenly start branding herself. That have to be something that's already ingrained in the program. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, but I'm gonna get off old Cori because Cori always got something to say. But baby, now I did want to bring up one person that's in the media. I think she's from here she is, Megan Hall. She said she wanted to throw her 2 cents in. She's a media member, and she says, "I want to throw my 2 cents into this. I can't speak for other outlets, but as far as mine, we're covering it and it's 100% a priority. Here's where I think it feels like it's not being covered. As much work as outlets put into covering the sport, we typically don't see a big spike in interest until conference play, and then again during tournament time. Does that mean we stop writing? Nope, she says. She said, number 1, we have jobs to do. And number 2, this is where any journalist worth their salt goes to work, educate people on things they may be missing in the quiet period. So if there are stories fans feel aren't being told or are underrepresented, please send those ideas my way. I will be happy to take a look and see where I/USA Today can be of service. So basically what Megan is saying, she's a USA media outlet. From what they've seen in the past, that interest doesn't really spike until conference play. And that's when they actually kick it to gear. And pretty much before then, from what I'm getting from her post, before then, you kind of got to sell your own storylines. And which that goes back to your university and their media and their marketing program. But they don't really, in her opinion, they don't really kick in really basically what she's saying until tournament time. That's when they seen the spike of interest in college basketball. It's during tournament time. And then they capitalize on that time. But absolutely, I would say this before I get off of this. Coach Cori Close need to talk to her conference and ask them why they're not covering her team. Because that right there is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, the Big Ten network not going to even cover you? June Brown said, no storyline and the personalities don't draw me in. I agree. I agree. But Cora says she mad as hell. So, you know. Look, she says she mad as hell. Look, she says that don't stop her from being mad. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat, June Brown. Thank you so much. Hey, let me tell you. Thank you. And then Big Girl said maybe it's because Juju hates UCLA. You so crazy, Big Girl. Juju might be putting that juju on them. Like, look, yeah, she might have put that call in and said, look, don't even cover them. Don't cover them till I get back. Don't cover them. Don't give them no false hope. Right. Big Girl. She said, we still mad about the BS she pulled with Angel. Hey, Matt, I wasn't going to bring it up, but since you brought it up, Coach, I know you thought that was going to be funny at the time. The articles that came out about Angel and the LSU girls at the time that you was over there co-signing on, it hurt your image, Coach Cori. It didn't make people be endearment to you. You looked very weak when that stuff came out. A lot of people remember that stuff. Matter of fact, a lot of people be rooting for you to lose. It is what it is. It is what it is. Back when they ADP, back when UCLA was about to play LSU, I think it was, I can't remember, Big Girl, was it the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8? Coach Cora was helped the local paper in Los Angeles write an article calling the LSU girls dirty debutantes and all that old stuff. And then she had to come out and apologize after she got her butt whooped. Big Girl, thank you for that. The Elite 8, she had to come out and apologize after she got her butt whooped. I'm just telling you, a lot of basketball fans didn't like that foolishness, Cori Close. So that's one of the reasons why you don't get too much sympathy from me. So, but I never was a UCLA fan, but I didn't know you was like that until that moment. I didn't know too much about you, Cora, other than that you was a decent basketball coach. But after that, you looked a little vindictive. So it is what it is. And then you got Juju across town, you know. So USC is a storied program. So is UCLA. I mean, UCLA is always, it's kind of like, UCLA is almost like the Lakers and the Clippers. You know what I mean? So yeah, she called them dirty debutantes, Miss D. A lot of people remember that. She might not remember, or she want to try to forget it. But a lot of people in the college basketball fans, they remember that whole hoopla. A Huck talking about college girls. So it is what it is. But I think this year, I think what's going on with her for sure is she had gotten used to all that hype that was going on when they had that rivalry with USC and all that, and they was going for the Battle of LA, and everybody was covering Juju's rise, and she was a part of that. And now Juju is out, and nobody pulling up, y'all. Country Notary said, actually, that story about UCLA versus LSU is exactly the type of story that media jumps on, especially when it is a white team versus a black team. Yeah, they jumped on it. They thought it was cute. Country Notary, they thought it was cute. They thought it was nice to be calling them girls out their name. She was very ecstatic to give that interview and talk about them girls like that. Then they walked up in there and got their butt whooped, and the rest is history. So she's not gonna get too much sympathy, but I will say, at least she ain't gonna get too much sympathy from me. But I will say it is not right for her own conference not to cover her team by them being the number 4. Because right is right, wrong is wrong. That's the way I roll. It isn't right for her conference, her network, not to cover her team, who's the number 4 in the country. But that's just my opinion. Cori need to be mad at Big Ten Network. She don't need to be mad at everybody else. she need to be mad at them. So, it is what it is. All right, we're going to move on to the next topic. Y'all hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. I hope y'all enjoyed that conversation. Cori probably going to be crying until tournament time, but it is what it is. It is what it is. She better get used to it. Let me get up here and show y'all something else. So, people are out here talking about, it's kind of early, in my opinion, to be talking about the National Player of the Year race. But as we head into conference play, we might as well talk about it and see who y'all think in y'all mind who is, who y'all think is leading this race right now as we head into conference play. Let me go look at the poll. Ooh, okay, Sarah Strong. The poll shows that I dropped in the chat. Sarah Strong and Audie Crooks are tied. AZ Fudd has 12% and Lauren Betts has 4%. Hold on, let me bring it over here. Right now, I was looking at, let me bring up this tweet. Taya Goodman on X. She writes for on 3. Her watch list is this, and we're gonna debate it right now. She says number 1 is Sarah Strong, number 2 is Audie Crooks, number 3 is Rory Harmon, number 4 is AZ Fudd, and number 5 is Lauren Betts. Who do y'all think should be number 1? Let me know in the chat, because this race between Audie Crooks and Sarah Strong is, I definitely think the 2 top contenders is Sarah Strong and Audie Crooks. Let me pull up let's pull up some stats, because what Audie Crooks is doing, I know she didn't play some cupcakes. I know she didn't play some ranked teams. I know all of that. But you can't deny that she is averaging 28 points, 28.9 points a game, 5.9 rebounds a game, 1.9 assists a game, and 71% from the, is it the free throw? No, 71%. No, that can't be right. She is 63% field goal percentage. She shoots no threes. She is 66% from the free throw line. Okay? That's Audie Crooks. So Audie Crooks is, let me go to her stats, make sure I got this right. Audie Crooks is averaging 28.9 points a game, 5.9 rebounds a game, 1.9 assists a game. She doesn't really block the ball. She doesn't really steal the ball. But she has a field goal percentage of 71%. She doesn't shoot any threes, but her free throw percentage is 69% from the field. All right, now we're going to go look up Sarah Strong's, since we're having this debate. We're going to look up Sarah Strong's stats, because Sarah Strong stats are not going to be the same as Audie, in my opinion, because she is surrounded with talent. Hold on, let me pull up. Am I misspelling her name wrong? I am. I don't know why I'm putting an I at the end of Sarah's name. There we go. All right. Now, Sarah Strong stats is, and she's just a sophomore, 18 points a game, 8 rebounds a game. So she's out rebounding Audie Crooks. 4.8 assists a game. She is out assisting Audie Crooks. 3.5 steals per game. She is out stealing Audie Crooks. 1.8 blocks per game. She is out blocking Audie Crooks. Her field goal percentage is 58%. So Audie is more efficient than Sarah for the field goal percentage, but Sarah is shooting 36% from the three-point line. Audie Crooks does not take threes. From the free throw line, Sarah Strong is shooting 86% from the free throw line, when Audie Crooks is shooting 69% from the free throw line. Her defensive rating, let me go. I forgot about Audie. Is 6.9. Let me go see what Audie Crooks was. Audie Crooks' defensive rating is 3.7. So when we sit here and talk about basketball, the player that is affecting every statistical record this season for her team is Sarah Strong. And I get it. Audie Crooks is having a hell of a year. She is having a hell of a year in the paint. But Sarah Strong is scoring, blocking, stealing, defending, and go to the free throw line and give you 86% free throw percentage. And she facilitates as a big. And she's stretching the floor. Hold on. Let me get to the donation. We're gonna talk about that too, Chicago Cheetah, for sure. Hold on. All right. Thank you, Victoria Taylor, for the $2.99 super sticker. Thank you, my sister. Thank you so much. So, in my opinion, I'm gonna give you my opinion, y'all. The number 1 and number 2 is correct to me. Sarah Strong is number 1 through the games we've seen this year. And Audie Crooks is nipping at her heels. My only problem with Audie Crooks is Sarah Strong is she is affecting so much of the box score. So much defense is coming from Sarah Strong's body. Hold on, somebody. Let me get to y'all comments before we move on to the next 3 in this list. Contra Notre saying when Audie plays against a real team with good bigs, she gets swallowed up. South Carolina made her and Addie Brown look like middle schoolers last year. Yeah, we about to see. Hold on. Then Jay said, I love Audie, but trust your eyes. The actual basketball tape and ask yourself, if Audie is better basketball player than Sarah? The answer is no. Sarah affects every facet of the game. I agree with you, Jay. That's why I just went through the stats like that, just so people can understand where we're coming from, because a lot of people get stuck on 29 points a game, but they don't think about the other parts of basketball. Sarah Strong is dominating on both ends of the floor while stretching the floor as a big. But that doesn't take away from the incredible run that Audie Crooks is on. I love her story. I love it. I love it. I love it. Brian Lewis says Shaq shot terrible from free throw and didn't shoot threes, and he was an MVP. I understand where you're coming from. I do. Now you talking about Shaq in college, or you talking about Shaq in the pros? Victoria Taylor said I go with Sarah, and then we're gonna get Big Girl say, Keisha, why you say that? I can hear Tulip now saying Audie don't play no defense. I didn't say Audie didn't play no defense, chat. I just said that, hold on, my doggone thing and froze. All I said was Sarah Strong is affecting the defensive statistics way more than Audie. That's what I said. I didn't say she don't play no defense. That's not what I said. Why am I frozen? What the hell? Well, anyway, I'll go out and so for me, number 1 and number 2 is right. Now let's get to 3, 4, and 5. Number 3 is Rory Harmon. I'm gonna bring up her stats so I can read them to y'all. Hold on one second. Number 3 is Rory Harmon. Number 4 is AZ Fudd. And number 5 is Lauren Betts. Now, Rory Harmon is having a phenomenal year, y'all. I cannot deny it on Texas. She is having a phenomenal year. I'm going to go through her stats right quick. She is averaging 30 minutes a game, 9.3 points a game, 3.7 rebounds a game, 7.7 assists a game, 2.9 steals. She doesn't really block the ball. Her field goal percentage is 53%. Her 3-point percentage, she don't really take a whole bunch of them, but it's 50%. I don't think she's taking a lot of threes though. According to this, she takes about 0.3 shots a game in 3-point range, so that's not really nothing to throw your hat on. And at the free throw line, she is shooting 67.9% per game. So she is a floor general. I like her assist numbers. I like her that she's still the ball. She's a small guard, so she's very cunning in that. But all right, hold on. Since I done gave you Rory Harmon, let me give you AZ Fudd, because let me see what AZ Fudd doing. AZ Fudd is averaging 18 points per game. 2.8 rebounds per game, 2.8 assists a game, 2.3 steals a game. That's good. She's shooting 50% from the field, and she is shooting 50% from three, and she takes about 3 to 6 threes per game. And from the free throw line, she is shooting. Oh, okay. She's shooting 100%. So that's that. And then Lauren Betts. I'll bring up her stat. Another post player they didn't put on this list. Lauren Betts is shooting 15 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, 3.2 assists a game. So her assists are up. 0.8 steals a game. She don't steal too much, but 2.3 blocks a game. That's good. She's shooting 57% from the field. She doesn't shoot threes, so there's no percentage for that. And she's shooting 67% from the free throw line. You know what I'm saying? So let me see what Jay said. Jay said, I would move AZ up to 3 and Madison Booker at 4. AZ is shooting 49%, 50% from 300% free throw percentage. The 5th spot is open, highly debatable. Best should not be on the list, right? Hey, Jay, I was just about to say in my hot take, when I first looked at this list, I said Lauren Betts, in my opinion, don't belong on this list. Two post players are already there, and they are head and shoulders, in my opinion, right now above Lauren Betts. That's that. AZ Fudd, in my opinion, is better than Rory Harmon, so I would have put her 3rd. It's hard for me, and I get where Big Girl is coming from too, but it's hard for me to put anybody above Sarah Strong and Artie Crooks. But it's so hard to say goodbye. I got Madison Booker. Let me go look up her stats, because to me, I love Lauren Harmon, but I probably would have switched her out for her teammate. And y'all let me know if I'm completely off base, but Madison Booker is averaging 18.8 points a game, 7.3 rebounds per game, 4.2 assists per game, 2.7 steals. She is shooting 53% from the field. She's only shooting 25% from 3, but neither is Rory Harmon not shooting really good from 3 either. She don't really shoot from 3s. We all know Madison Booker is the midi queen, and 85% from the free throw line. If it was me, I would switch out Rory Harmon for a teammate, Madison Booker. That's me. And then we don't have one LSU Tiger on this list. If I go and look at Fly Jays, and I'm hoping it's because they've been playing cupcakes. Maybe that's why people didn't want to put one of them on the list. But if I switch out Rory Harmon for Madison Booker, leave AZ Fudd, I would put AZ Fudd at 3, Madison Booker at 4. But even if these ladies are so talented, because even Flage's numbers is 15 points a game, 4 rebounds a game, 2.9 assists a game, 1.6 steals a game, and then 52% from the free throw line, but field goal percentage is 52%, but from 3, she is 51%, but 67% from the free throw line. All right, let me go check out. They got so much firepower over there on that LSU team that I don't think we're gonna have a clear person to pick out. Because the Malaysia Fuwale, she's averaging 15 points a game too, just like her teammate. 3.5 rebounds a game, 3.8 assists, 4 steals a game for Malaysia Fuwale. 1 block per game. 53% from the field, 30% from 3, and 78% from the free throw line. And then I'm gonna go look up the other part of that big 3, which I'm pretty sure the stats gonna be pretty much the same because they're a 3-headed monster. Michaela Williams, she's averaging 12.6 points a game, 4 rebounds a game, 3.4 assists a game, 1.6 steals a game. She doesn't really block the ball. She's at 55% field goal percentage, 42% from 3. Free throw line, 78%. So there you have it. So in my opinion, the LSU girls, because they are so balanced with so much offensive talent, it's hard to pick from that. It's hard to pick from that team. So I kind of understand it. As far as my LSU girls, but if it was me, 1 would be Sarah Strong, 2 would be Artie Crooks, 3 would make Madison Booker, 4 would be 3 would be AZ Fudd, 4 would be Madison Booker, and number 5, it's open. And I agree with Brian Lewis. Brian Lewis said, hold on. Brian Lewis said, Keisha, LSU players are getting penalized because they're not playing a lot of minutes. Right. Because they playing so many cupcakes right now, and Kim Mulkey can essentially switch out 4 for 4. I done seen her do 5 for 5, 3 for 3. She can switch out players at will right now because of the offensive output she getting from the starters to the bench. So right now it's kind of hard to evaluate. So I understand why they're not on this chick's Taya Goodwin's list. So they're getting penalized for that. But that all should change during conference play. But if you want, the one other player I think that should have got some consideration in this top 5, and y'all let me know what y'all think, because I am very honest over here, is Joyce Edwards. What do y'all think about Joyce Edwards? Joyce Edwards, I give you her stats. She is averaging 21.4 points per game, 6 rebounds a game, 2.8 assists a game, 2 steals a game, 1.5 blocks a game. She's shooting 61% from the free throw line, 40% from 3, and she's shooting 63% from the I take that back. She's shooting 61% field goal percentage and 63% from the free throw line. She got to get them free throws together. But 21 points a game, 6 rebounds a game, 2.8 assists a game, 2 steals a game, 1.5 blocks a game, shooting 61% from the field. But her defensive rating is 3.5, which is less than somebody like Sarah Strong or Madison Booker. But Joyce Edwards has been balling, y'all. Joyce Edwards has been balling, y'all. Like for real. Like, look, Lady of Rage, Afro Puffs has been balling over there for the Gamecocks. So that's the only other person I could possibly put that. If I take Rory Harmon out and put in Madison Booker, leave AZ Fudd, and then maybe insert Joyce Edwards. Just up until this point. And Tulip think nobody pays it. Nobody notices Artie Crook's defensive limitations. I will say this about Artie Crooks Tulip plays. You have to give her this. Artie Crooks she can defend the rim. Now she can't be out there doing all that switch, but she does defend the rim. Tulip plays. You gotta at least give her that. You know, it's hard to get around Artie Crooks. So that is that. But y'all let me know in the chat before I get up out of here. Let me know in the chat. Anybody I'm missing that should be in this top 5? Because I just thought about Joyce Edwards. I was like, yeah, Joyce Edwards look like she not getting, no love at all. They barely talk about. And I think she been balling. Yeah, that's another one. Olivia Miles. Yeah. Felicia said, why Olivia Miles ain't on the list? Let's go check her stats. Hold on. Because I love me some Olivia Miles. I love me some Olivia Miles now. Olivia Miles right now is averaging 18.9 points a game, 7.2 rebounds a game, 7.6 assists a game, 2.2 steals a game. She doesn't really block the ball. She's shooting 53% from the field, 36% from 3. She's shooting 83% from the free throw line. Well, now I done got interesting, chat. Olivia Miles is affecting a lot of this box score. I'm going to say this again. 18.9 points a game. 7.2 rebounds a game. 7.6 assists a game. 2.2 steals per game. She's shooting 53% from the field, which is efficient. She's shooting 36% from 3. And she's shooting 83% from the free throw line. And her defensive rating is 6.6, which is up there with Sarah Strong. So I agree with y'all. We got to rethink this thing. We got to rethink this top 5 list. We already got rid of Lauren Betts. Olivia Miles is better than Rory Harmon at this particular time. But I had switched out Rory Harmon for Maddie Booker, remember? Okay. So if we want to keep it a buck, it probably should be somebody said 2 places that Maddie has to be in. So if we want to keep it a buck, we could do Sarah Strong, Artie Crooks, Madison Booker. Well, I think AZ Fudd should be 3. Madison Booker and then Olivia Miles. Y'all let me know. Rory does have those. She does have those games under her belt, Tula plays, but I am not putting Rory and Madison in the top 5. Not both of them. Just not. Ooh. Let me see who TCU didn't play. Since she always talking about who people didn't play. Let's see if TCU played in and ranked opponents. Let me see. I go to schedule. Okay. TCU has played. They have played 3. They haven't played. No, let me see. Okay. They played 1 ranked opponent, which was NC State. And so Rory she played South Carolina. I forgot who Texas played. They played UCLA. Didn't they play UCLA? No. They played somebody else, didn't it? Hold on. Let me just bring up their schedule because y'all been trying to have me had all this in my head, and it is hard players. Let me see who they played. Okay, Texas they played a lot of cupcakes too, but they played UCLA and South Carolina, and then they played Baylor. It's they top so yes, South Carolina and UCLA. So they played 2 top, and TCU played 1. And in the statement game for Rory Harmon was that UCLA game when she had 26 points. So it's early. Yes, Texas has had the tougher schedule so far. But it all balance out by the time the season is over with. But I get what you're saying. But if I leave, that's the thing. You leave Rory Harmon in, you can't. I'm not doing Rory Harmon and Madison Booker at the same time. That's just me. Well, two said no, it doesn't balance, Keisha. Big 12 week. Well, let's see who else they gonna play, because TCU is gonna play when it's all said and done. Out of ranked opponents, after right now, they're gonna end up playing Ohio State, Texas Tech, Baylor, Iowa State, and Baylor again. They'll play Audie and them and all of that. So I get it. Texas. Well, we already knew that though, Tulip. Texas is in the SEC, so they path is always gonna be harder because the SEC is a tough conference. So all I can tell you is yeah. But we do that on purpose, you know. So I would say this, chat. Y'all let me know. Y'all put it in the chat before we get up out of here. Y'all let me know who y'all top 5 is. Because y'all done listen to all the ones I brought up. I brought up Sarah Strong, Audie Crooks, Roy Harmon was on this list. I brought up Madison Booker. I brought up AZ Fudd. I brought up I'm not with the Lauren Betts thing. I'm just not with it. I brought up Joyce Edwards. We brought up Olivia Miles. Y'all let me know who y'all top 5 is before we get up out of here. Y'all let me know who y'all top 5 is. Because if it was left up to me and I had to vote today, it would be rough for me because okay, hold on. USC beat Nebraska in Nebraska. Oh, did they just finished playing, right? Yeah. I'm not shocked by that. But I'll go while y'all putting y'all things in the chat. God, Y'all let me know who y'all 5 is. While I'm looking up the score. Yeah. Yep. USC beats Nebraska. I'm not really shocked because that is a talented USC is a talented young team. That's their problem. They are talented, but they are young. Jazzy Smith, let's see what she did today. She had 17 points, 8 rebounds, but Kennedy Smith had 17 points, 9 rebounds. Okay, we getting somewhere. Kara Dunn gave him 14. London Jones was in the starting lineup, 13 points. That probably should have been happened and they looked like they had Malia Samuels coming off the bench, so they have Gottlieb to made some changes over there. Okay, I have to go back and watch that because I was on with y'all, so I didn't watch it. I might have to go back and watch that. Nebraska had 1 starter in double digits. That was Britt Prince. And then they had Eliza Mapon and Logan Nisley off the bench. They gave them both 10. So, yeah, that's a game I have to go back and watch. All right, let me see what some of y'all said before we get up off of here. Let's see. Did y'all give me y'all 5? Tula Play say her 5s are Sarah, Audie, AZ, Maddie, and Hannah. Yep, we didn't talk about Hannah, her doggo. So many good players in college. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me see who else got. Okay, Miss D said Audie, AZ, Olivia, Maddie, and Joyce. I ain't mad at your list. I ain't mad at your list at all. I don't know why you leaving my girl Sarah off, but I get it. They are playing some cupcakes too. I get it. But every time UConn has been tested by a top-ranked opponent, they don't leave no doubt. So, but I get it, Miss D. Let me keep going. Yes, Jacob said, Miss D, no Sarah strong. Yeah, it's hard for me. Oh, not at first, Miss D. Oh, okay. Miss D didn't change it. She said Sarah, AZ, Olivia, Joyce, Maddie. You know what? I can live with that list. I can. For now. Look, for now. ADP said Olivia, Audie, AZ, Big 4, and Sarah. I can live with that list. I definitely can, because I think my LSU girls are being penalized because they're playing cupcakes and they are not playing the whole game. Like Brian Lewis said. They have so much talent going on because they playing cupcakes, and they so much talent going on against those cupcakes. Kim could be out there just changing up matchups at will. So I feel you, ADP. Felicia said Sarah, Audie, Olivia Miles, Joyce Edwards, and AZ. Sarah, Audie, Olivia Miles, Joyce Edwards, and AZ. I like that list. I like that list. Yeah, Miss D was like, no, I like Sarah. I forgot. And Tula Plays say we be disrespecting Hannah Hidalgo. I like Hannah Hidalgo. It's just sometimes she don't always play winning basketball. I love her though. Hannah Hidalgo got her chance to show it to me in conference play. It's time. Hannah Hidalgo, I got a feeling she might make a fool out of me. So I'm rooting for you, Hannah. Okay. Right. Same thing I just said, Brian. Tula, Maddie is playing 30 plus minutes a game. Flage might be playing 23 minutes a game. Right. I'll look it up for you. Big 4 is only playing, let's see. I think that's what people not understand. They just, they just be on their soapbox. But Big Four is only playing 22.9 minutes a game, chat. And she's still averaging 15 points a game. Moving on. You can. He talking about you can Tulip telling Brian you can't have your cake and eat it too. No, she's averaging 22 points a game, Tulip. She's not really playing a whole bunch of minutes. Here we go. Felicia said, I love Hannah game. In fact, during the summer games, Olivia wasn't having a good game. She volunteered to sit out so Hannah could play more because she was the hot hand. Yep. All right. I got some. Look, Miss D say, look, I got a top 6. I told you it's hard to stay in that top 5. Miss D say, look, okay. It's Audie, AZ, Olivia, Joyce, Maddie, Sarah. I'm okay with that top 6, Miss D. I'm all right. It's hard, man. It's hard to get it down to 5, man. It's hard. It's hard, man. Yeah, all right. All right, guys. We about to get up out of here. Thank y'all for pulling up. I'm over my time. Y'all done got me over my hour lunch break, but this was fun. Y'all, I'll be back on Wednesday at 2:30. You guys have a great rest of your day. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. If you own the playback, please put in the comments who you think the top 5 to 6 players in women's college basketball are going into conference play. Let me know in the comments. You guys have a great evening. Hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports, please subscribe. Thank you. I'm out.